All right, we found the problem. See that? Oil's coming from the turbo. So that means that turbo seal is toast, and this bus needs a new turbo.
See the end of the blades?
Oh, they're moving. Fuck, the blades are getting chowed up, aren't they? Is there play in the shaft?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, look at how much.
Way too much. That thing's about ready to take a
shot.
shit. That's ready to come apart.
So, to check and see if it's a 100% blower, you stick your finger on any one of these ribs and run it over there where the rotor runs. And if it steps down, the housing's smaller there, that means it's an 80% blower. And not desirable on something that you run every day because it makes black smoke when you throttle it. And even if it's stock, it will black smoke.
This should be shiny clean.
That issue there. I'm going to blame that on this. The muffler's
choking it out.
Yep. And we still don't know what cylinder kits are in it. You got to know what cylinder kits are in it. Because if they put long ported cylinder kits in it, it'll do that. I'm backing the idle screw out so I can see how the rack was set.
I'm filming this.
Okay.
Wizard at work. Checking for full fuel?
Yeah, but the rack's set wrong.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's going on? It's not getting full fuel?
Well, no, it's set way too tight.
Oh, it's too...
The throttle's right there wide open.
Uh-huh.
And it's stretching the yield link this much.
Oh. So when I'm mashing on the gas, it's mashing really hard on the injectors, basically, is what you're saying? Or?
Well, no, it's out of time with the governor. It's like the governor gap's way off, or they set the rack wrong for whatever reason.
Is it out of balance then? Is the top one tight?
It's pretty close for what they were trying to do, evidently.
Is the top one tight and the bottom one not?
Well, they're actually both loose.
Both loose?
Yeah, which is hard to believe. Because I can go here and you can feel it. There's a yield link in there when they had the throttle delay in this motor. And they left the yield link in it. And you can come to this portion right here and feel it. The racks are deadheaded already. And you got to go some more. You got to... And I don't know why they took the bellows off of the... Remember yours? See
yeah, mine...
How full of dirt that is?
Yeah,
that'll all go bad.
Yep. Fortunately, you can buy those, walk in and buy one of those in Portland at the place that...
The kit only cost a few bucks.
To rebuild it?
Yeah.
They didn't offer that choice. I don't...
Call Mermo's down there, they'll get you one. But anyway, right there it's set wrong. So you come all the way, and then you're saying... You can see the rack going wide open.
Uh-huh. And there's
right
more.
Right there's where it stops.
Yeah.
That's where and then I have this much more left. And it's hard to do. You can't do it with the air cylinder on it because you can't feel. So that's all that shit's got to be gone. So that part needs adjusted. I don't know about the valves and injector.
What height pin is that?
This one's 1470. Actually, come out pretty close. Same there. That one's down, so we can check valves. Well, the valves are good and tight.
Does that have a go, no go on it, or is it just?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
This one's, that's where it's supposed to be.
Perfect. Yeah.
This one here is
Oh, okay.
up to your armpits. So let's try something. There's 1480. Let's try, oh, this one's down. This will be right. That ain't 1480. Come on, baby. Let's try this one. This one's 1460.
Uh-oh. It's probably laying on the inside of the bumper.
Oh yeah.
Am I taking that home with me?
No, most of the ones of my tools are ones I found in motors.
You did a 1480. What was the other one you tried?
It's 1470. 1470 seems pretty close. Normally these set about 1480. Again, it's pretty close.
Which one is that?
This is 1480. It goes up on top of that. Did it?
So, what should it be?
Depends on the cams,
Yeah.
and it depends on whether you got it A-timed or standard timed. So you got to think about all that, and then we need to pull one airbox cover off and see what liners are in it.
Okay.
The yield link, this piece right here with the springs on it, that went with the throttle delay or the fuel modulator that was on this when it was new.
Uh-huh.
And what happens is you can, when it goes to wide open throttle, if you set the rack wrong or get the fuel modulator in there, it'll yield.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And it probably
You're trying to demonstrate. You're trying to demonstrate.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
there
right there. If the rack's too tight, it'll yield that, or if the fuel modulator or the yielding or the
Okay.
that keeps you from bending shit.
Well, I guess that seems like a good idea then, right? Is it?
Well, it's kind of important and it keeps guys that are amateurs from tuning them up and screwing shit up in them.
Bending.
Because they end up getting the rack set wrong, and the end result with that is it doesn't hurt anything. It just makes it stupid, and you finally find somebody that knows how to do all that.
So if that wasn't in there and the rack was set wrong, you'd be bending stuff down there.
Yeah, I've seen them. The rack stand that holds it, I've seen them break it clear off from having the rack wrong.
Okay.
That's what makes that.
Yeah, it's glowing now.
See, the problem with that is over there on that other motor, that shit's been outside in fucking weather for fucking 5 years or so. So it's probably not going to be near as easy as this. But that's so that other motor, we could probably take the O-ring out of it and put it in there. I may have some setting over there too.
Oh yeah, that's all you got to work with. You want to flip it over?
I'll be done in a second here. I want to get it moving a little bit before. That's probably going to catch fire. Correct.
There you go. Whew.
Well, I'm wonderfully impressed with how well they did this. It's casted in it right there, and you can't see it, or it's over here. It's 95 right. See, to run at rated power, it's going to need something that's like a 123 hot housing. There's that number and this one here that you can't make out.
It's on the outside over here too, isn't it?
Well, it's supposed to be.
Yeah, there's something there.
Yeah.
Garrett 9 or AR96 right there.
Okay. Okay. It's on different than what I'm used to, but see, when you get into those AR ratios,
and that was a 7.
This is irrelevant. This is the same on all of them. This part here, the hot side's where you adjust how much power you want.
Okay.
Because that adjusts how much boost you get. The 123s were all 350 horse, and then when they started doing this shit, this is an emissions motor turbo. Those motors, I think they were around 300 horse.
Okay.
But let's see how big the wheels are. They don't flow much. See, and that's why they went to 80% blowers and 42 blower drive gears. To pass the emission stuff, you shrink down the volume of air that goes through the motor. And then you've got to control the smoke, because if you throttle it, it'll smoke like a freight train. So you got to put throttle delay or fuel modulator on it so that it doesn't just overfuel the crap out of it. But yield link inside there.
So he's getting it to where you can turn that by itself.
Yeah, see?
Now you can really feel what's going on.
Well, here. So you can stroke it, and then it stops against that spring in the yield link. See that?
Oh, just that little bit, like 1/8 inch there?
Yeah,
That's it?
that's the rack's too tight.
Oh, look at that. It's like delayed.
That's idle.
The motion is not... Huh, okay. I guess...
But that's the deal there. When you break the yield link open, the throttle's in the wrong spot. So I gotta get my other screwdriver. I gotta get enough room in them so I can get them in the wide open position again. When the lever on the governor matches the governor where the governor gap is.
So you pop that spring off the first one.
Okay, this is one of those.
What's going on there?
I gotta take the governor top back off and fix what's wrong inside. There's no free play. You need free play in this.
So that can work and shut it off?
Well, no, so it'll go wide open. So.
Yeah, I don't understand. So you were moving this, and this was moving back.
Yeah. You're supposed to be able to take this and pull it, and it's not supposed to move that. You're supposed to have some free play in this linkage and this lever, because right now, if you pull the throttle wide open, they're locked together, and this is that's keeping the throttle from going wide open. That's why when you look at the rack screws, see how far up they are?
Yep.
That's bogus. That's all wrong.
Okay. That's the why of what we're doing here.
Well, when you're in the rack wide open, it gets tangled up with a stop. So you got to take off of the stop side of it so it has room so it gets wider. The racks go wide open. This prevents the rack from going wide open.
Okay, that's the stop.
That's why when it was like that, it bothered me, and then realized it would go back. Then you got travel that you've got to get rid of. Got to make it clear that.
And on the other side, that's interfacing with something in there that is okay.
I gotta remember how I did this.
You did it on the thing installed?
No. I did. Got to get it moved up.
Got a vise?
No, that's Harbor Freight. And when it jumps around like that, it's blowing the edge of the stone off.
Yeah, it is.
This is a little different than an inline motor. God, look at that. Worked perfect. I got a little bit to take off down there.
Bottom, yeah. Yep.
Really hard to do though. Oh, I know how to do that.
Is it easier if you take the whole thing apart. Oh, I go like that. Okay, yeah.
It's not very easy to do.
Yeah, you're not getting it.
Oh, you know what it did? It come up against this one. So
You can adjust that.
yeah, that's the next little doodad. Play with the cylinder, and then you have to have free play with when the throttle's wide open. You got to have a little bit of give right there, because it'll push this back to shut it off.
Even with just a little bit, so it's just preventing us from getting full throttle when you were trying to give it full throttle.
Well,
Full throttle was this way.
yeah.
Right?
Well, here, feel it.
That's all nasty.
When? Because see, it just falls right to wide open. That's what it's supposed to do. So our next maneuver is bolt all that shit back on there and start over again.
here's a 4106 with the engine out and with some bulkhead damage that and repair that I thought I would show, because it's interesting. You don't often get to see something like this. All these bolts in this bulkhead here tells you that that's been replaced, because those would have been rivets. And you can see some cracking. There's a crack there. And that plate, that's a repair over this curved section. There's another crack right there. And this is where you'll see them a lot of times, is in this curved section here where they'll crack. And also over there where the tranny goes in. Too.
I'm along for the ride. And I was watching your alternator go into spasm. So the oil pressure gauge in the back on the bulkhead, is that accurate?
Well, as far as I know, it was a green with this one. When we were seeing 30 back there, it was saying 30 up here at idle, cold.
All right. It went right back down to first gear.
But let's see if it stays. There, it just clicked right out right there, didn't it?
The pedal is way too sensitive. And I don't know if this has got a brake pedal in there, or if it's got the throttle pedal only puts out 60 pounds of pressure. A brake pedal puts out either straight air or it's regulated to whatever point you want to run it to. So I don't know what all plumb bob laid in the road back there.
Oh.
That deal there where it takes off like that?
Yep.
That's not me, that's the pedal.
Okay.
So now I know what you're dealing with. So the pedal may be wrong to go with that air throttle cylinder.
Maybe I could regulate it down. Get less pressure. No?
You don't need to add complexity to a throttle. Because the thing with a throttle is you want it to be straightforward and simple. Because if it hangs up or something, then you have a bad day.
Stay out of that hole over there, Jesus. Big old pothole on the side of the road
That
there.
thing right. Anytime you look at the pedal, it takes off like a race car. I don't know what's going on there, or if they predict with something, but it isn't supposed to do that.
We'll see what you think about the acceleration.
It's doing what it's supposed to do.
Uh-huh.
It took high gear right back there, and now it's about 45.
No, it's still in second.
Still in second?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still in second. You haven't hit drive yet.
We're pulling on a hill here. So.
You got to get it up to about 56 miles an hour before it'll hit drive. Yeah, you're still at second.
Yeah, it went up and down. Trying would make got confused right there when I let off the pedal.
Oh, I thought that was just the Jake's hitting for a second. There you go. Now you got.
That's finally hit right.
Yeah. You can go on. You can go on by if you want.
I'm gonna take it out to like over.
Okay.
See what the hell it does. So the issue with this is the throttle pedal. It's not supposed to do what it's doing. And seeing this, okay. They put too much. They put air on the throttle pedal to make it scoot right out and go. So you just touch the pedal and it takes off. This takes a pedal that's more graduated, has a bigger throw in it.
Yeah.
Instead of going from 0 air pressure to 100.
They're copper. I hope there's not a wreck up here.
God damn it.
It's annoying, huh? So you think that's all pedal, huh?
That's the pedal.
Okay.
Or they change the spring or they change something in the cylinder. Something they dick with to make it go from 0 to wide open as soon as you touched it. That's lockup in second. That one. So that's 2 to 3, and that's a lockup shift.
Yeah.
2 lockup to 3 lockup.
Yep.
And all of them are too high. The reason they're high is because the guy wanted to drive it hard. So you move all the shift points up right by the governor so that when it shifts, you're hauling ass. Right there's 75. Motor's turning 21 and 75.
Yeah, she goes. Go right on.
You know what? It likes doing that. I want to know what injectors are in it. John said they had Detroit injectors in it, and I go, I don't think so. They have little painted things on injectors, and I didn't see any of that on them.
So you think they were the 1990s, but you're saying like what brand or what man?
That's a tag in the front of them.
Yeah.
What's inside of them doesn't even have to be there. It'll be, it can be hundreds easily. And act like a normal motor. And not smoke, like this one here smokes a little bit. But that would be normal if you had a 38 tooth gear in it. 100% blow rod.
Yeah, it's kind of all over the road, isn't it? My wife was telling me, you're swerving a lot going down the road.
Yeah.
I just thought it needed alignment.
No.
You think it's something else. Well, look at the steering wheel when it's supposed to be straight. See where you are. It's off at about a 15-degree angle there or more.
Well, the roads have started to get pretty good ruts in them.
It ain't that. It ain't that. You're going to be going 25 miles an hour on a side road, and your wheel will be like that going straight.
Well, the only thing that can be is the axle moving in the rig. So whatever the panhard bar is that keeps the axle centered in the rig, it's got something loose in it.
I don't know, and these guys had it up on a 4-post
So
wheel lift.
see that transition right there where it went thunk?
Yeah.
That should never do that.
Was that a downshift, or are you still in drive?
No, that was the pedal. That was the throttle. When I stepped on the pedal just a little tiny bit, it gave it a bunch of fuel. It just jammed it in the ass, and I'm like, not necessary. See, if it had a mechanical pedal from there up to here, it wouldn't be doing this stupid shit. But you're gonna have to check pressure there and find out what the fuck's going on, because if you don't have a way to do that, you'll fight this fucker forever. It's one of those things. Some fucker cobbled that fucking throttle somewhere in this thing. God damn this thing. You just touch the pedal and it tries to fucking run off from you. So you're either wide open or idle. Wide open or idle. The fucking Allison's going, what in the fuck do you want me to do? And that's how that works. Because the fucking modulator is taking air from the pedal. Seeing it took off like that?
Yeah.
I didn't do that. It did it by itself. And as soon as you put lots of air on the modulator, it holds it in gear.
Okay.
And then when it comes to the spot where the pressure is on the modulator, it shifts.
Watch out for that fucking...
Hey! 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 She should come. I would come a little bit further. I'll come a little bit further. That's pretty much good, I think.